Okay, this is a story about Leslie Anderson, Rachel Anderson, Cameron Anderson, and Kyle Anderson. They are all missing. They've been missing since April of 2000. Leslie Anderson, she had recently divorced Jeff Anderson from, I believe they lived in Racine, Wisconsin. If I'm saying this wrong, please correct me. And she had 3 kids previously, like from a different relationship. Jeff Anderson adopted all 3 kids. Then they married in 85, I believe. And they had 3 kids of their own. And this is Rachel, Cameron, and Kyle. The other 3 are older. The first one is Christopher Anderson. The second is Gregory Anderson. And the third is Stephanie Anderson. Gregory and Stephanie are mentally challenged. This is their vehicle. Okay, after Leslie Anderson and Jeff Anderson divorced, shortly after, they moved with a man named Kelly Russ. He had told Leslie that his family owned a bunch of land down here and all of that because she was struggling, to pay the bills and all of that, and where they lived, because she got the house that her and Jeff lived in, and they, she had custody of all 6 kids. But before they moved to Fulton, Mississippi, she was not supposed to take the kids across state line or anything like that, like out of state, without the father knowing. Christopher had already moved out by that time, was living on his own. Greg and Stephanie, and Greg, Stephanie, Cameron, Kyle, and Rachel all went with Leslie Anderson and Kelly Russ to Fulton. By the time that Jeff found out about his kids leaving the state, he was told that there was nothing else that they could do about it. She had already went against court order because she had tried to do that legally and was denied, but she did it anyway. And after that, he was told there was nothing that he could do. So he proceeded to work things out and, try to talk to the kids. They were supposed to talk to the kids every Saturday. Every Saturday they were supposed to call, and then the calls kept getting, less and less. They were also supposed to go see their father and other relatives for, I think, 2 weeks in July or August, and they went missing in April of 2000. They would look like this today if they were found alive, but this is the address they were last seen. They were, Leslie and the 3 kids supposedly got in a truck with a truck driver, drove off in the middle of the night, and was never seen again. But there's the story is Leslie supposedly left Greg and Stephanie, which are the older, 2 older mentally challenged, in the care of Kelly Russ. And she was supposedly leaving him for another man. Why would any woman, mother, do that in the first place? That doesn't make sense to me at all, to leave 2 kids behind that are mentally, unstable to make decisions of their own. And he is also getting their Social Security checks. So there's that. But in the small town of Fulton, Mississippi, which I lived at Lake Itawamba at the time that this took place, and I never even heard about this case. It was never reported. They were never reported missing. Itawamba County never reported these people missing because they supposedly just took off with a trucker in the middle of the night and left. She left 2 other kids behind. I don't think so. I mean, they were older, but still, why would she leave them behind if she was leaving the person? That doesn't make sense to me at all. But Ohio County Police Department is the one that reported and did the missing persons case. But also, Jeff and his other family members came down here to try to get Greg and Stephanie to go back to Indiana with them and to live with them, and they were happy to see them. But things took a turn for the worse because, their supposedly caregiver, which is the ex-boyfriend, told them that if they were to go with them, that they were to, that Jeff was going to kill them pretty much, and that spooked the children, which they're not children, they were, of age. And he said this in front of a police officer, supposedly, and Jeff tried to do everything, and he was legally their parent. He wasn't their biological parent, but he was legally their parent and supposedly, guardian, because he had gotten custody of the 3 kids, but then they were missing. Like, no one would answer the phone anymore. So, Kelly Rose finally just said, oh, they left with a truck driver, didn't give a date or anything, just said she took off, she wanted a different life, blah, blah, blah. Had Fulton, Mississippi, had all of our people known about the disappearances of these people, I believe we would have done something. We're a big community, which I don't consider myself as part of that community anymore. Bad experiences about stuff like that, but there are good people in Fulton, Mississippi. They would have reached out, they would have helped, they would have, had search parties, but nothing was said or done about this. And people say that they never existed, they never came down here, they never existed. We didn't know because they were not from here. So we didn't, pry into people's business. I'm sure that's how it was, because they were, they had recently moved down here in 2000. Or, hang on, 98 or 99, I believe. I'm not exactly sure on the dates, that it varies. But I know they went missing. The kids, they had different days of the school year, or the school days that they went missing, like a day or 2 apart. It don't make sense. And why it took so long to get these records back of that the kids, didn't show up to school, I don't know. Why did the school not go and look for them? I don't know. There's so many holes in this case. But if you have any information, please talk to somebody about it. Like the family, reach out to the family. I wouldn't say Itawamba County, law enforcement, they pretty much said that, oh, she don't want to be found, they're fine, that she don't want to be found, that's just a rumor. I can't say that it was true that anyone said that. I can't say that who said that, but people just don't disappear. There are many stories that don't make sense. These people are somewhere, and I don't believe they're in Mexico, as there was another story floating around. I can't say exactly where they are, but something happened, and we need answers for the family. They've been trying to find out what happened to them, and they're getting absolutely nowhere, it seems like. Please, if you have any information, message Missing Anderson Family on Facebook, please.